Hi friends, today we are going to look at some very interesting stickman animations. To find out what's in my room, you need to like and subscribe. Come on, I'm waiting. Well, 3, 2, 1.
There's a puking Pomni here today!
Look at the way he took off. Looks like this guy took a tremendous amount of damage, but from the looks of it, it's actually Iron Man. Okay, this looks like a very cool stickman.
Now we're going to watch Batman drive away from the missile. Right now it's following him, but it looks like Batman hit a wall. That motorcycle fell right on top of him. That was about as painful as possible. He also got hit in the head with a rocket. That was maximum obnoxious behavior.
But now Spider-Man is falling on a huge mountain of dynamite. It looks like it's going to explode really hard right now. Oh no, look at that. Turns out this dynamite doesn't explode at all. He's lying there relaxing on this dynamite. He's very lucky because he didn't get hit that hard.
Now we look at the next character. I think he was much less fortunate than everyone else. After all, the amount of motorcycle parts seem to have felt all of his pain. But this is Iron Man, after all, and I feel like he shouldn't have been in so much pain. Oh, okay, we're watching Spider-Man again.
It looks like there's a huge number of missiles flying at him right now. Oh my god, I think that Spider-Man was in maximum pain, but it looks like he managed to hide from what the rest of the missiles flew at him. But no, it looks like that missile got him.
Now we're watching Deadpool falling down in some weird orange thing. It looks like it's some kind of trampoline or some kind of force field that keeps him from falling down. But it seems to me that once he flies outside of it, he's going to fall down really painfully.
Yeah, look at that. Looks like it's gone through the force field and is about to go down. Oh no, look at that. That force field pushed Spider-Man really hard, and right now he's flying straight into the wall. By the way, he did a really nice job of parrying that metal thing right over his head.
He really made like a real Spider-Man, and now he's flying through a huge amount of dynamite. Right now he's flying in some unknown direction, okay? That was really, really weird.
Now we're looking at Batman riding a skateboard. It looks like he's about to pull off some unrealistically cool stunt right now. He stands up on the back of this skateboard and jumps off.
Okay, now we're looking at Spider-Man, and he's hit his head pretty hard. I think the chances of surviving a blow like that are minimal. Oh my god, did you even see that? That was unbelievably painful. He hit his head on that corner, but now it looks like he's going to fly down that same track on a rocket.
It looks like that rocket exploded, causing him to be in insane pain. Now he's rolling down in an unrealistically weird pose. Yeah, he really did it just like that.
Okay, now we're watching arrows fly at him. Looks like he got hit in the head with this weird thing. Well, let's keep watching this guy. I think he's really had a lot of bad luck today. And now he's decided to ride down on this motorcycle.
But it looks like that missile hit him right in the head. He also fell on that dynamite. I think his luck was over. He did a tremendous amount of somersaults in the air. It really looked like some kind of parkour or something.
Well, he's got a bonus for the crazy stunt, and we can finally move on. In fact, I think there are too many different edits here. I'm more interested in watching these stickmen break all the time, and I think right now he's falling down with that steering wheel in his hands.
It looks a little weird, but it looks really funny. And yet he fell. But it looks like he fell like he was a handball player. I think there's a real overabundance of edits here.
Now we're looking at Spider-Man's new descent. It looks like he flew into the air because of this dynamite he stepped on. He did a somersault, and now he's flying further. In fact, Spider-Man's moves in this video are super cool.
Okay, now he's further along. It looks like right now he did a somersault, but he hit his head. It was the most painful head bump of his life. And now we're looking at Iron Man trying to transport all that dynamite.
But it looks like it fell right on top of him! And by the way, look at the funny way he went down! Well, that tire went right over his head! Okay, now we're looking at the Flash. I think he's flying right into a giant mountain of dynamite!
Apparently there's about to be a very big explosion. Yeah, look at the way this guy's transport started acting weird. Okay, he fell on a huge mountain of dynamite. This is truly legendary.
And now we're looking at Batman going down. But it looks like he's a lot less lucky. After all, there are missiles flying after him, and this one hit him right on the head. Oh my god, that landing was as painful as possible. I think he was in maximum pain.
I wonder what falls will be next. Let's take a look at that. It looks like we are now watching Spider-Man going through a very difficult course, but he still didn't manage to do it perfectly, and he did a huge number of different somersaults.
That guy was really, really unlucky, but I don't think he got hurt too bad. Now we're looking at Iron Man, and he's a lot less lucky because his motorcycle broke down completely and he took a lot of damage.
Right now, he's flying somewhere down. It looks like his landing is going to be as painful as possible. And now we're watching Flash, and he's decided to drive some weird car. I think it was a lot harder to win with that car.
Okay, he's moving on. Apparently, this guy's gonna have a really painful fall, because I feel like if he falls realistically in that pose, it's going to be super painful. Yeah, it really does feel like footage from a movie that's playing on the screen right now.
Actually, it's quite strange that superheroes use transportation as they have superpowers with which they can move much faster. Well, now Spider-Man is off the track again with the steering wheel in his hands.
It looks like that steering wheel is really maxed out for him, and he falls down with it. God, that landing was unrealistically painful, and right now he's got another tire coming at his head. Jesus, this is the ultimate injury sport.
Oh my God, did you see that? He landed on a huge mountain of dynamite, and right now various missiles were still flying towards him. But it looks like he got lucky and didn't take much damage.
And here's where he hit his head on the giant metal ball. No, look at that. That thing's gonna be really painful to land. No, it looks like landing this thing is gonna be super painful.
And now it looks like we're watching Spider-Man flying forward on this motorcycle. And right about now, he went down, right with his knees on the floor. Boy, that impact was incredibly painful. I'm watching all these falls, and it's like I empathize with all the characters.
Because everything that happens here, I think, is absolutely impossible to replicate in real life. By the way, look at the funny pose he fell in. I think it's one of the most epic landing poses ever.
And now it looks like this Spider-Man is riding forward on a motorcycle. Oh no, it looks like he's about to get sawed by this giant saw. Oh my God, I think he's in a lot of pain. Look how close he was to the second blow. It looks like he's starting to move in the funniest possible way.
It's really very much reminiscent of the Spider-Man dance from the movie. It looks unrealistically funny. Oh my God, look at that funny insertion. Okay, that was super funny.
Well, now Spider-Man has decided to ride his motorcycle down these stairs, but I think that was a disgusting idea, because that motorcycle hit him in the head, and he did it several more times.
I think he's gonna get a concussion after that. Although, I think a concussion is the least likely thing to happen after a tire blow like that. And now he decided to fly right into that spinning thing on the bike, but I think that was as reckless as possible.
It's actually pretty weird that Spider-Man uses a motorcycle. I've never seen him do that in the cartoons. By the way, he flies down in the most epic pose possible, that he couldn't avoid being hit by arrows.
Okay, looks like we're looking at the next track. And right now, he's managed to get over that weird spinning thing. Oh no, look at that. His car has come to a complete stop, and right now he's flying into a giant chasm.
Looks like his landing was as bad as possible. Okay, well, now it looks like he fell out of the car altogether. And right now he's hitting his head on this giant metal ball. Oh God, I felt the most sorry for him because of the way he fell down.
Well, right now we're getting to the creepy Peppa Pig animation.
Look at that! It looks like it's as dark a night as possible around her house, and right now she's playing on the computer. Looks like she's watching some bird cartoons.
By the way, something strange is happening to her brother George. His eyes look as unnatural as possible, but it looks like the computer's frozen. And look at that, it's starting to show some of the creepiest symbols possible.
It looks like something terrible is about to happen. Look at this! The whole place is starting to distort. George looked even more frightened.
It looks like something scary is happening to them. A red liquid has appeared on the computer screen, and I think something unusual has happened to Peppa Pig. Peppy George is really freaked out about it and starts to move away from her.
But look at this! She pulled out a knife and stabbed George with it. But now it looks like Papa Pig's here to break them up.
George tries to escape, but Peppa Pig has beaten his daddy. He's screaming all over the house. It sounds really, really scary. Oh my God, listen to that. I hope he's okay.
George ran downstairs, but Peppa Pig was on TV. Apparently, something terrible and irreparable is really happening. This TV can't be turned off.
Okay, it looks like George is really maxed out, and now he's running to his mom. He runs into the kitchen, but it looks like Mom is on the phone. He wants to tell her that something scary is happening to Peppa Pig, but she pays absolutely no attention to him.
Well, now it seems she heard him, and now she's going after him. Oh my God! Look at this. Something disgusting has happened here. All the walls are dirty and the couch is ruined. Mama Piggy is very angry about it.
But now Peppa Pig showed up. Would you look at that? She's gotten behind Mommy Piggy and stabbed her several times in the back. Looks like George is in danger.
He ran into the other room with the phone and looks like he's going to call the police right now. Let's see who he actually called. There's a good chance someone's going to help him.
Yes, he did call the emergency services and asks that they come to his house. It looks like the police are going to their house right now. Hopefully, he will be able to save the whole family. It's possible that her family is still alive.
Let's see how fast they get there. I hope they make it in time. Oh no, look at that. Peppa Pig has gone completely insane, and right now she's performing some maximum scary rituals.
It's like she's absorbing the soul out of Mama Pig. Yeah, she turned her into a zombie. Oh, now what? This piggy will obey her. That's the worst possible.
She made her mom obey by turning her into a zombie. And look at that. She also tried to turn a dragon, and now that dragon has come back to life. It's even got red liquid coming out of its eyes. God, that's really as scary as it gets.
I hope these cops can save Peppa Pig's entire family. This is unbelievably scary. Let's see if the police can get inside this house. I hope they can do it, and they can actually get in.
Okay, they broke down the door, and it looks like they're going to make an arrest right now. Hopefully, they'll be able to stop Peppa Pig with the weapons they have. Let's see how this all continues.
Police officers proceeded to the house, and it appears they saw the writing on the wall. It looks like Peppa Pig had tried to frame her brother. She wrote that George was here, but in fact, George was absolutely innocent of anything.
Okay, I hope the police officers figure out what's really going on here. They noticed a dragon sticking out of this TV, and for some reason this guy decided to taste this weird consistency. I don't think that was the best decision.
I hope this writing wasn't done with poop. Otherwise, this officer just ate poop like that. Okay, they're discussing something, and apparently right now they can hear that creepy Peppa Pig roar. But it seems like they keep suspecting George of doing something bad.
They want to go to the second floor. Hopefully, they can find the real culprit. Let's see where they actually go. They decide to split up, and this weird cop decides to go to the second floor.
He seems to be hearing sounds from the second floor, and right now he's going up there to find out who's actually making those creepy noises.
What really scares me is the fact that they continue to suspect George. From the looks of it, they are really going to hunt for him specifically in this house. I hope they don't hurt this kind little guy. He's hiding in his room right now, and would you look at that, running right up to him.
It looks like she stabbed him and threw that knife at the light switch. Oh my God, look at that! George just turned the lights back on, but it looks like Peppa's turned into some kind of creepy creature.
Oh no! Look at that! It looks like Peppa dropped dead and George had a knife in his hand at the same time. It looks like all suspicion has now fallen on George.
Apparently this cop is going to arrest him right now. I really hope he really is going to be okay. Oh no! Look at him, he's got a gun on him! It looks like the very dragon she tamed appeared near Peppa, and that's when George managed to get away!
The house seems to be filled with George's enemies. I really hope he's going to be okay.
This police officer is trying to radio his colleague to report to him about what he saw here. But it looks like their investigation is going in the wrong direction. You look at that dragon. He's acting as strangely as possible. And it looks like right now he's going to attack. I hope he's okay and doesn't eat him.
Oh no! Look at that! He really bit him! Oh my God, it looks like he's really hurting as much as possible. Oh no! Look at that! It went right into his mouth. Looks like Peppa Pig's cunning plan is really coming to fruition, and now there's one less police officer.
The second police officer saw Peppa Pig's mom in the kitchen, who is sneaking up on him right now. But it looks like she's not going to stop.
Look at that! He shot her several times, but she stood in one place for a very long time, and the bullets seemed to do her absolutely no harm. Oh my God, look at this. It looks like they're going to start turning into other creepy creatures right now. This is about as horrible as it can get, and I'm really hoping that George can get some help here.
Apparently, these cops are now doomed to stay in this house. Oh my God, look at that! He's starting to turn into a giant dragon. It looks like George has decided to go back to that computer. Apparently right now he wants to open the portal back up, but that's when that creepy Peppa Pig comes running in, and right now she's lifting George up. Does she really want to eat him?
Oh Oh no! Would you look at that? Some creepy hand pulled George back in. And would you look at that? In this dimension, he found Peppa Pig's spider. It looks like he's the one who saved him, but I hope he doesn't kill him over it. God, I feel as bad as possible for George because he's been dealt the creepiest fate possible.
It looks like there's a report on TV right now that George is missing. Oh my god, that's as awful as it gets! I hope he's okay and that the world he's in doesn't hurt him. George is very, very unlucky.
Well, this animation seems to have several parts, and to be honest, the first part scared me insanely bad. So right now, I propose with you to watch a comparison of character powers from the Sonic universe.
I'm very interested in finding out who is actually the strongest of all the characters in this universe. So let's head straight with you right now to finally start comparing them.
The first person we'll be comparing will be Sonic. It looks like we will be comparing him to Dr. Robotnik. I think it was obvious that Sonic would beat him because that Doctor is a really weak character.
Now let's see who's stronger. Of course, the egg pod will be stronger because it's a spaceship after all. But now we're going to see who's the stronger of the two, and obviously it's going to be Sonic.
Of course, when he's electrically charged, he's much more powerful, but he's still even stronger than Dr. Eggman. He's only got 5 units of strength. I don't think there's anyone weaker than this guy, because he's really as weak as possible. But the Death Robot turns out to be much stronger than the original Sonic from the second movie.
If it's electrically charged, it will still be half as weak as this giant robot. But Supersonic will be much stronger. After all, it has many more units of force. Wait, are we really gonna compare him to Geralt? But Geralt's one of the weakest characters. Like, 5 units of strength. Bro, you're a total asshole.
Okay, comparing them was really maximally stupid because this guy is really mega weak. Now let's compare them to Dr. Eggmaster. It's pretty weird that he's the same strength as Dr. Geralt. Now we're gonna compare them to a space colony. This space colony has as much as 450 units of strength. That's really quite a lot. I don't think there are many people who can really compare to it on an equal footing.
Let's see what other characters can at least closely match this space colony. I feel like Shadow should definitely be at least somewhat close to them. But unfortunately, he only has 172 units of strength. Now let's look at how strong Supersonic is, and it's unfortunately weaker than the space colony as well. In fact, it's really kind of weird that the space colony is that strong.
Interesting, maybe classic Sonic could be a bit stronger, but he only has 180 units. It looks like he was able to match the space colony, but now we'll compare him to the deadly robot egg, and they're pretty much equal. This robot only had 2 less units of strength than Sonic. I don't even remember him in the cartoon, and he's really quite weak.
Although right now, he's at 106 power units. Now let's compare it to a dragon egg. The dragon egg has 500 power. I think there are very few people who can match it in strength. By the way, Sonic from Sonic's Adventures has 400 power units, which is really quite a lot. Let's take a look at how many power units Sonic from Part 2 has here. There's only 410 of them. We definitely need to find some character who can be stronger than him.
I really hope we can still find some character that can actually be his equal. And look at that! This version of Sonic has 440 power. That was almost close to a dragon egg, just like Shadow. But we didn't find any characters that could be stronger than him because all of these characters are pretty close to what he really is.
Well, I hope we can find a much stronger character after all. By the way, look at that. Shadow was only 10 units short of his power. The new Sonic was much stronger than that dragon egg. And now we compare it to a biological lizard, and it has a whopping 1,200 power units. Is this creature really that strong?
I think we're going to have a lot of trouble finding a creature that's actually stronger than him, because those creatures are really quite scarce. This version of Sonic only has 550 power, but it's entirely possible that we could still find someone who is at least equal in power to him. I can't even believe that this brown lizard can be so strong and so much stronger than all the other characters from Sonic. It even seems a little weird.
Absolutely no one can compare to this lizard. It seems like all of these characters are really as weak as possible. But I hope we can still find someone who is at least equal in strength to this creature. And it looks like we have. Look at Sir Lancelot's 9,700,000 units of power. It looks like one of the strongest creatures ever.
And now I'm thinking that this creature will have absolutely no equal. There seems to be a space colony here that has 15.2 quintillion power. That's realistically one of the most gigantic values in this game. I don't think we'll definitely be able to find anyone stronger than her. After all, even Excalibur has 100 million power, which is way too little.
Let's see what other characters are here. Black Sonic's 4 billion is quite a lot, but unfortunately it certainly can't be more than a space colony. Maybe we'll find a character that turns out to be stronger. But it looks like we've really found some of the strongest characters in this comparison. I hope we're at least getting close to that. After all, someone has to beat them for sure.
By the way, to be honest, I didn't even know there were so many varieties of these characters in the Sonic universe. There really are a lot of them. You're surprising me. Okay, let's take a look. It's quite possible that we'll find at least one that will be much stronger than this space colony. And by the way, the characters we're shown now really do turn out to be as strong as possible.
And they're already even slightly close in values to this space colony, but they still don't prove to be stronger than it. Well, I'm still holding out hope and hoping that we'll find at least one that turns out to be stronger than her. By the way, Super Shadow is already maxed out, but still wasn't as strong as the colony. It's quite possible that we still need to wait until we get a character that's at least close to that value.
Honestly, I think these stats are really super small to overpower an entire space colony, but look at how many characters were offered here. Hopefully we'll still see someone stronger at some point, and I think we're finally getting to that character. Yes! Look at him, he's much stronger than this space colony.
But now we've met the Time Eater, and even he turned out to be weaker than the modern Supersonic. But now they decide to show us the regular version of Sonic, and it turns out he's even stronger than the Time Eater, and he's 3 times stronger. Okay, it looks like we're now seeing the strongest characters in this entire universe, and I think they're really going to be as hard to beat as possible.
And look at the strength of Hypersonic. I don't think anyone can be stronger than these characters. But Shadow's Hyper is a little stronger after all. Wait, really? Supersonic from the old comics could be stronger than Hypersonic? That seems even a little weird. Honestly, I don't believe it at all.
But it seems like this comparison was really compiled by some maximally weird person because he decided to give them too much importance, and I don't think we're going to find a villain who is stronger than all the characters who appear on the left. He's so powerful that that significance doesn't fit in my head anymore. It seems to me that there are simply no such numbers. Still, let's keep watching this comparison.
It's quite possible that we'll get to the strongest character. I'm very interested to see which of these characters turns out to be the strongest, and I think we're as close as possible to seeing it. I hope that character is already as close as possible, because the numbers that are here are really huge.
Wait, really? Turns out Shadow's Hyper was the strongest. Okay, that seems to be the end of this comparison, and now we're off to watch an interesting sea monster battle animation.
We'll be watching the winner of last week's video battle against Godzilla. It looks like it's going to be the most epic battle possible.
Let's take a look at their fight. Apparently, the battle will take place somewhere in the sea. I think this creepy aquatic creature is going to make things a lot more interesting. Look how gigantic it is compared to Godzilla.
It looks like this battle is really going to be as spectacular as possible. Let's watch it right now. I'm very interested to see who will emerge victorious.
Godzilla decided to strike a powerful blow. She grabbed her enemy by the head and hit him with her tail. Now she's trying to stomp his head with her feet. She seems to be much stronger, but this monster is not so simple.
He decides to counterattack as well. Using his tail, he forces Godzilla to retreat. My God, this fight is really violent. Look at this. It looks like this guy is ready to use a secret attack.
Right now, he's about to direct his electric beam, but this monster managed to parry everything. He swam underwater and attacked Godzilla. It looks like the battle is really evenly matched.
Godzilla punched his opponent and threw him over himself. It didn't seem to stand a chance, but it still managed to strike and bit Godzilla's leg. The creature dragged Godzilla to the bottom of the ocean, where it would have a harder time fighting.
But Godzilla still managed to get out of his grip. Now she's eager to swim to the surface of the water. I hope she succeeds because I'm rooting for Godzilla in this fight.
Apparently, right now, they're going to start attacking each other again. By the way, look, Godzilla can do such interesting punches that it managed to cut the enemy into 2 halves. It looks like Godzilla has won this fight.
Not surprisingly, Godzilla is one of the strongest and most fearsome creatures. But it seems that several more of these creatures have come to his enemy's aid, and the battle will continue.
You and I are about to see another battle between sea monsters. Look at that red thing. It can move not only in the water, but also on land. I think she's found a giant, creepy shark. Or has she? It's not a shark, but an even more gigantic creature that looks extremely frightening.
Oh my goodness. Look at the types of attacks this green creature can use. Okay, looks like we're in for an even more interesting battle. We've seen an attack like this before. Perhaps it's one of Godzilla's friends.
It's weird that all these creatures are starting to have these things glowing. The green creature was much stronger and had defeated its enemy, a very shark-like creature. It has now imprisoned him in its prison of weird green tentacles. Okay, this guy's not to be trifled with.
Let's see if someone can beat it after all. Now we see the creature in the depths of the ocean. Apparently, the red guy went after it to wake it up.
Look at his tail. Looks like he fought a lot and lost part of his tail. Now he's going upstairs for a rematch. It's going to be an epic fight.
He made it to the surface, and the creature did a lot of damage to everything around him. Now he has to confront a giant black monster. Let's see how he behaves when he meets the enemy.
By the looks of it, they're about to start fighting again. I'm very curious to see who will emerge victorious. To be honest, I want the black monster to win, because I think he's kinder than the green monster.
Look how he's using his attack. He doesn't seem to care at all about all those tentacles. He's running straight at his green opponent, but it looks like we won't find out how their fight ends.
It's going to be a violent confrontation. And now we're going to see a battle between two creatures that live deep in the ocean. For all I know, this guy is called the Sea Eater. Oh my God, look at that huge creature with the giant mouth.
We've already seen this creature in another animation where it fought a white monster. It won then. Now it's going to fight a Godzilla-like creature, but this enemy doesn't seem to stand a chance.
Apparently, a creature with huge teeth has a huge size advantage. This fight will be unbalanced, but I still hope the guy with the pink fins can win.
Right now, he's been hit by a tail, and it looks like he's trying to find a position for a successful attack. But it looks like he has very little chance. He has to find the giant creature's vulnerable spot.
This monster has a tremendous amount of attacks. Now it's trying to suck up its enemy, but look, turns out this little creature isn't so ordinary. It has secret attacks too.
He aimed a laser that could do some pretty good damage. Looks like he's got a good chance of winning. Let's see how things develop.
He decided to cut his enemy with a laser from behind. This fight is really epic, and it's unclear until the end who will win. But look, this creature has the ability to throw lasers, and it's weird because it has enough attacks as it is.
He cloned his enemy and released the same creature, but the creature seems to have taken his enemy's side. Now the two of them will fight against the creepy monster.
Look at the way they connected their beams. They were able to blow up that monster. Okay, that was a really cool animation. Now we're off to see some interesting TikToks. Okay, looks like Jax decided to do some workout here.
Looks like he's decided to get serious about his physical fitness. I think being muscular suits you very well, buddy.
It looks like he can beat anyone now.
What is
And now
under
we'll listen
Jax's
to one
mask?
very
If you've
interesting
watched the
fan
pilot
theory.
episode for the Amazing Digital Circus, you might have noticed that Jax never closes his mouth. And he
This bro
always has a
actually thinks
smile
I have a
plastered
mask?
on his
Dude,
face.
that's
but
my real
recently,
face.
someone asked the creator on Tumblr if Jax would ever be able to take his mask off. So Gooseworks replied with this image saying, "We're all too
It seems that
familiar
the
with
artists
peeled
of our
Jax.
cartoon don't
What
think
this
so,
means
and
for
they
the lore of
actually
the
showed
show,
your face
I
without
have
a
literally
mask.
no idea.
God,
but
bro,
now
you look
know.
really idiotic.
Stop insulting each other and let's watch another animation. It looks like Jax is singing some song and playing guitar here. Bro, I didn't know you could play an instrument.
Wait, really? That knife flew right into his head? Oh my God, I hope it didn't hurt.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos. 55
Oh my
fries,
God!
55
Don't even get me started on working at that diner. It was the worst day of my life.
But it looks like it was just a really bad day for you because Gangle really enjoyed working at this place. And just look, she tried on the role of an employee of different establishments.
I can't see my hands. And here we are, shown different stages of development of that very creepy scene. Lord, do you even remember that creepy Halloween episode? I still have very creepy memories from that moment.
Tommy, I think this might be the creature from the tapes.
I am still very much amazed by Kinger's reaction to what happened there. It seems to me that I would have run away in a random direction out of fear.
This dance seems too provocative to me. I think she would definitely not dance like that in real life.
By the way, guys, just look. A silhouette of a character from our amazing digital circus appeared on the screen. Pause this video and write in the comments who you see here.
And the correct answer will appear on the screen in 3, 2, 1. And yes, you guessed it again. It's Ragatha.
And in our last video, this guy answered correctly, and we congratulate him. And if you want your comment to also appear in our video, then be sure to write the correct answer, and maybe you will be in our next video.
Guys, let's not get distracted and continue watching TikToks. By the way, something extremely strange is happening here. It looks like these are characters from Poppy Playtime.
Wait, what's going on here? Let's see. Oh my god, did you see that? I don't think we were supposed to watch that video.
And something extremely strange is happening here. It looks like these guys are in some kind of love relationship.
Just look. It looks like she tricked him, and now he himself fell into a trap. That was very clever.
Wait, why am I the one working for various fast food chains? I hate this job. Okay, it looks like this is the video where I like it.
And here we are drawn in the style of some Chinese fighters. But this outfit, to be honest, seems a bit revealing to me.
Oh my god! They really made a monster out of me here? I don't like this role at all. I'm not used to being evil.
Finally, she was able to return to normal life. It happened in a fan animation, but nevertheless, it is what she always dreamed of.
Wow! And here I was finally able to go through this door, and it looks like I now have a super cool 3D model.
Well, it looks like we've watched all the TikToks today. And now I suggest we all watch one cool fan animation together.
It looks a lot like the original cartoon. It looks like this is where Jax was put in a cryo chamber. I'm very surprised that they decided to freeze him, but it looks like it was done because of some kind of virus, and now everyone is going to look for a vaccine.
Oh no, look at that, Gummigoo is sick. It looks like he's contracted that dreaded virus and now he can't move. It seems that all the members of the amazing digital circus have gotten sick and only 2 are left uninfected. And now, a year later, Jax has made it out of the cryo chamber and it looks like Zooble is pretty surprised.
Wait, what is she doing? Is she arresting him? She says she's taking him to the queen. Wait, really? Pomni's become queen? She rules over everything now, and apparently absolutely all the men here are sick. So Jax is the only man left. He thinks he's in paradise, but I think that's just a first glance.
Wait, seriously? They're going to use it to make babies? Okay, that's super weird. It looks like they're going to use the shack to... Wait, what's going on here?
Okay, this is really scary. They're going to warm up in this cave. I think this is one of the most idiotic animations I've ever seen. It's too confusing.
Looks like they found a fire in this cave. Hopefully they'll be okay now. Wait, what did they kiss? Things are happening too fast here, and I honestly feel like it's some kind of complete idiocy.
Gummigoo saw that they had gotten into his cave, and because of this, he decided to close them down to punish them. An hour later, the cave opened, and it seems that he has now decided to punish them.
He asks me if Pomni is my girlfriend. For some reason, she says she really is. God, everything that's going on here is completely idiotic. He says he'll only let us go if she kisses him.
What's going on here? Am I really going to kiss him to get them to let them go? I think this animation is making my head go crazy.
By the way, Jack said he has another girlfriend, and he seems to like that option a lot. The animations here are no longer than a minute, and it's really idiotic.
By the way, guys, now the silhouette of a character from our cartoon will appear on the screen. Pause the video and write in the comments who it is. And if you answer correctly, we will choose a random comment and publish it in our video.
Okay, hopefully you've already put his name in the comments. And the correct answer will appear on the screen in 3, 2, 1. And yes, it's Kinger.
Now we're going to continue watching this animation. Looks like Jax took her on a date and they ended up at some place. By the way, Kane works as a waiter here for some reason. Apparently, he's going to be serving them now.
I think the fan who did this has a bit of a weird imagination. Now Jax has decided to find out all her hobbies, and Jax doesn't seem to particularly like them. Now Jax talks about what he likes to do, and Ragatha doesn't particularly like his answers either.
Okay, this looks as dumb as possible. Looks like the date went a little awry. Apparently she's unhappy with the fact that Jax is totally dysfunctional, and now Kane has brought 2 glasses. But again, I'm missing something. She says he was supposed to put rags under the glasses, and now she's threatening to fire him. I think she has too bad a temper. Now she's asking him to call her a cab home.
God, everything that's going on here is completely idiotic. She threw a glass at me because she didn't like the date. But it looks like I found another girl I can go out with.
Wait, really? Looks like we're on a desert island now. I wonder what we're going to do here. Apparently we had given up hope of getting out of here, and now it was just the 2 of us.
Pomni suggests he make a family right on this island, but it looks like they noticed something up there. Turns out it was an airplane, and it threw a bottle right onto this island. Apparently there is some kind of note in this bottle. The note says, "To be rescued, you must stand near the statue that stands on the cliff." And it looks like that's where they met the native inhabitant of this island. That's Ragatha.
She is very surprised to see a man on this island. She says she hasn't seen him in years. Wait, really? She attacked him? From the looks of it, Pomni really likes it. She says they need to get out of here soon, but Ragatha isn't really willing to let him go and asks that the 2 of them stay here. It looks like the rescue boat has already arrived here, and now Jax has to decide where he's going to go. Either he stays on the island or sails out of here.
Wait, I actually decided to stay here? Okay, that was the weirdest decision possible. But it looks like we're dating now, and we're off to the next animation, where Pomni and I are breaking up for some reason. Apparently she doesn't like something about their relationship, but Yas says I'll buy whatever she wants for her, and it looks like she's now decided to stay with me because of that.
I guess I'm really too mercurial. He bought me flowers, but it looks like he's going to have to spend a lot more money. I asked him to buy her a ring. Well, apparently, he bought the most expensive diamond ring. Apparently, our relationship is starting to improve. Honestly, it seems as weird as possible. On top of that, he also bought us 2 business-class airplane tickets.
But she doesn't like it, and she says she's afraid to fly in an airplane. After that, he bought her a Tesla Cybertruck, but she says she doesn't like the car. That's really weird, and Jax now has a competitor. Wait, seriously? She chose to leave Jax with him? What now? Jax met his true love, but, wait, seriously, she cheated on him?
No, it looks like they were playing chess under the blanket. Okay, that was super weird. Wait, seriously, is that Kinger? And now we're watching more animation where it looks like Jax is going somewhere right on the subway. From the looks of it, he's decided to head to his job. He works in some kind of office, but let's find out who his co-workers are.
It looks like his director here is Kinger, and he's given his employee some very important assignment. Let's see what he's going to do. It looks like he noticed I was sleeping and decided to leave a cup of coffee for me to wake me up. Actually, it looks like I have a really, really cool job if I'm actually allowed to sleep right at work.
By the way, I look as kind as possible in this animation. I'm very loyal to my coworkers and help them a lot. It seems to me that they are really starting to have some kind of love or something like that. Let's see how their interactions continue. By the way, I decided to take her out for coffee, but our colleague, Gummigoo, decided to ruin all my plans and invited us to hang out together.
Now they've gone to some kind of sauna, and it looks like it's too hot. What's going on here? That's weird. Jax is completely unafraid of high temperatures, and apparently the 2 of them have decided to have a competition with each other. I wonder which one of them will be the last one left here. Let's see how their competition continues.
It looks like this sauna is now at maximum temperature, and I'm really curious to see who won after all. But it looks like we're absolutely not going to find out. And now we're off to the next animation, where the two of them went to the Inside Out 2 cartoon. And this is where Jax got two girls who fell in love with him. It seems like Anger wanted to offer his candidacy, but it seems like both of these girls don't want anyone but Jax.
I wonder what he'll do. They still seem to be very much in love with me. Let's see what decisions they make to get me. Wait, seriously, I've been caged? Oh no! It looks like something very scary is about to happen. I hope nothing bad happens to me in this animation.
It looks like he decided to kill him, and now they've decided to free him with dynamite. Well, actually, this animation is really maximum weird, and I think the people who made it are really crazy. And if you really like this animation, I think you should write about it in the comments. And right now, we're going to move on to the next animation. Are you kidding me? I just got sent into space with a homemade catapult. Why do I have to be the one to die here?
Don't worry, it looks really cool, especially since it's just a plush doll. No one's gonna kill you here.
Jax just sent Pomni straight into the pool with a frying pan. Looks like it's time for a bath.
Wait, really? A blender? Okay, she didn't stand a chance of surviving in here.
A Christmas present? But how can he kill me? That even sounds dumb.
For some reason, he keeps disappearing somewhere, and now Jax has replaced him. Okay, it looks like you're really mad at him in this video. Basically, just like in real life.
Oh my god, is that really honey? It's so sticky. Oh my god, it looked disgusting. That toy should definitely be clean now.
Okay, now it looks like, no, don't tell me that's gonna happen now. Okay, Pomni, looks like your head just got ripped off.
And now I've decided to go swimming in the pool for some reason. Wait, really? Some guy drowned me?
And this is where Jax is gonna make some kind of dish. Whoa, bro, wait, you're really gonna make a dish out of Pomni? That even sounds dumb. I don't think plush toys taste good.
I think this toy has finally come to an end. It looks disgusting. And by the way, I think plush toys are much tastier than digital food.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get indigestion. Or rather, my stuffed animal. Oh my god, that sounds stupid too. Okay, the stuffed animal that's made in my image has diarrhea.
And this is where I decided to make toast. Oh, that's great. Wait, why are my feet inside the toaster? Oh my god, when are they gonna stop making fun of that stuffed animal?
They'll be done bullying her as soon as she runs out of lives. And I definitely want to see her spend all 100 lives in this game.
Wait, they actually made music out of door squeaks? Seems like all the ways to kill Pomni are getting more and more elaborate. Can't say I don't like it, but it's getting weirder and weirder.
Oh no, that's a hot chili pepper. I wonder what they'll do with it. Let's see.
They made me eat it, but I hate spicy food. Oh my god, look at this. That's fire coming out of my ass. God, that's so stupid.
And now it looks like Jax is gonna drop various items directly on Pomni. Okay, let's take a look at this one.
I think it was painful. Wait, really? Watermelon? Okay, that looks like a direct hit on the target.
I think she was in a lot of pain. And we move on to the next method, and this is where she decided to eat cake.
But it sounds like Jax doesn't want her to. God, that's what he's saying. That no one loves her. I feel like this would be the worst birthday of my life. That really sounds as sad as possible.
Okay, looks like she hit him, and now he's decided to send her to the box for it. Looks like right now she's going to be something of a Christmas present, because right now she's been sent straight under the tree.
Look at that. Now there's two of them. Okay, this looks super weird. Oh, just this rope. Oh no! Seriously, they hung it? God, this is the creepiest. Now it looks like someone decided to turn on the fan, and that's what made it spin out.
Look at that! Looks like she's hitting the bottle now. Okay, we're moving on, and there's two of them again. But it looks like they've become Christmas decorations. Wait, there's a third one. Okay, there's really too many.
Look at that, they're sitting together now. But it seems to be making the most disgusting noises possible. It even started to take off a bit because of it. It looks like he's flying right into the bushes now, and she didn't like the smell. Wait, is that a still from the game? Okay, this looks super weird. Actually, it's weird that this car has that thing in the front.
It doesn't look like we're going to see absolutely every way to kill her in this game right now, but we're back in reality, and it looks like right now she's going to fall off the roof. Yeah. She fell straight down. Okay, that really looks dumb. Looks like they're just gonna throw her on hard surfaces now. Okay, this is really weird. We're moving on.
And look at this. Jax is sitting on the toilet. He really doesn't want anyone to go in, but someone really needs to get in there.
Looks like it's Pomni. They got into a fight over it, for which she became a chopper. and she started to get really hyped. The three of them decided to become helicopters. Okay, everything that's going on here is really as weird and dumb as possible. And now she ended up on some sandy beach, and it looks like there are coconuts at the bottom right now.
Oh no, one of the coconuts fell right on top of her. Geez, the methods are running out, and now we're off to some seaside beach. Looks like someone decided to tie a rock to her and throw her right into the sea. That seems to me to be one of the most brutal methods of murder.
Wait, seriously, this rock didn't sink? Okay, I think we can consider this method unworkable. Now it's the two of them again. They are now near someone's pool. It looks like they're discussing something right now. Oh my God, are you serious? Okay, that's a pretty stupid way to kill her too. And now she's been thrown in the trash and they threw a coconut in it.
Okay, now we're moving on, and now she's just been run over by a tire. Oh my God, now this toy is all dirty. And now she's decided to sing a song. But Jax doesn't seem to particularly like the song, so he absolutely won't sing along to it and make some stupid noises.
Wait, seriously? He stole chips from her? Actually, I looked at that and I wanted chips too. Okay, let's see what they do with them now. Wait, seriously, he just kicked those chips? Okay, what's going on here is really maximum weird. Now it looks like they've formed some kind of musical group.
Okay, now we're back in some kind of game. And it looks like she was simply shot here. God, I think it's weird. Look at this. It looks like they've got some kind of lunch waiting for them now. They're probably going to eat now. Let's go ahead and see what they do with that food.
To be honest, I'm not really sure what's even going on here. They're just sitting around some gamepad and going to eat. Okay. Now it looks like one of them was looking for something on the iPad, and Jax found a picture where it started to turn.
In fact, these guys are in the coolest possible conditions. It looks like they are on some tropical islands right now, and they even have a pool. I think I'd also really like to be somewhere near a pool and in some warm country right now, because right now it's snowing outside my window and I'm really cold.
Guys, we never get snow. Wait. Did you really just try to spoiler our viewers now about what's going to happen in the next episodes? Okay, let's not develop this topic any further because I feel like we might be revealing too much unnecessary information for our viewers right now.
Now we're back to some game again, and it looks like someone here has decided to shoot with the help of a cat. Okay, this is really weird. Wait, a giant hammer? This video just keeps getting weirder and weirder. To be honest, it's even starting to freak me out a little bit.
I think the people who made this video are really f***ing nuts. Okay, I hope something interesting happens here. And it looks like they're just taking turns farting right now. But it looks like Jax's fart is much stronger, and now they were walking on some concrete stick.
But it looks like I couldn't hold on here and fell down. Wait, what did Jax just have in his hands? Is that some kind of cucumber? Well, this cucumber has arms and legs for some reason. Okay, that looks mega dumb, and we're back in the game.
I think there are too many inserts from that stupid game. I don't like them at all. I'd rather watch the plush toys.
By the way, look at this. In addition to the plush toys of the amazing digital circus, there are also plush toys of the alphabet Laura, Skibidi Toilet. Also really badly wish I had plush toys like that.
You know, this video is actually boring me a little bit. We're just looking at someone constantly mocking plush toy characters, so I think right now is a good time for you and I to go watch a very interesting animation about two sea monsters fighting against each other.
Today, we are going to watch one very interesting animation. In fact, it can't even be called an animation. It's more like some kind of cool movie.
Looks like they're showing us some kind of cool military base first. Okay, let's see where these helicopters are going. Looks like these choppers are carrying something. It looks like some kind of scary torpedoes.
Look at these two creepy sea creatures. Looks like right now you and I are going to be watching them fight each other.
Wait, don't tell me this guy's gonna dive down.
I think this is the worst idea ever. At least because there are two giant sea monsters in the water right now that look incredibly scary, and that the altitude is too high to go down into the water. By the way, look how many helicopters are here.
Right now, we're seeing the first creepy sea creature. By the way, it was as long as possible, and now it looks like we're watching the second one. It's some kind of giant whale. It looks like they're swimming towards each other.
Well, I guess their battle is going to be incredibly gruesome. I don't really understand what these helicopters are for. They've got some really weird stuff attached to them. It looks like some kind of missile.
I hope they don't assist any of these creatures with missiles. I want to see an equal, fair fight very badly. Now it looks like we've switched to a view from some kind of drone.
By the looks of it, it's going to be a marine drone. Right now, we're going straight into the water. Look at that. We're finally underwater, and right now, we're going to see how this battle is going to play out.
By the way, did you hear that sound? It seems like one of the creatures is as close as it can get. Yes, there it is. Look at it. It's some kind of maximally gigantic whale. It's got a huge number of sharp teeth and red eyes.
Well, this guy does look extremely creepy. I wonder how big he really is. Here comes the second creature. Oh my god, it looks even creepier.
Look at his massive amount of sharp, scary teeth. Okay, these guys are the size of some small town, and right now they're swimming towards each other. By the looks of it, it's going to be a very fierce battle right now.
Honestly, I want that giant whale to win because it looks kinder. The second creature looks as creepy as possible. Look at its empty white eyes.
It looks like right now they're going to swim towards each other, and right now we're going to see a very violent fight. In fact, the look of the creature on the left is as lifeless as possible. Oh my god, look at that giant maw.
I'm surprised he can open his mouth that wide. It looks like this giant whale really wants a fight, and right now they are going to attack each other. Let's see what their fight looks like.
I think it's going to be incredibly scary. They're growling at each other. That's the weirdest thing possible, because usually underwater you can't hear any sounds at all. Well, it looks like right now they're finally going to start swimming towards each other.
Apparently, this giant whale is going to attack its opponent first. Yeah, right now they're swimming at each other. And wait, really? That was more like a kiss than a punch.
Actually, we came here to see a fierce battle. Okay, it looks like the giant whale has struck first, and he bit his opponent. Because it can open its mouth as wide as possible, it was able to fit the entire head of this fearsome creature into its mouth.
And right now, they're still fighting. But it looks like the creepy creature on the left was much more cunning. It bit this whale on the nose. By all accounts, it even managed to bite off part of the whale's nose. And for that, the giant whale turned around and hit it with its huge tail.
Looks like this fight is heating up. Look at how violently they're starting to fight each other. I think with the water turning red, they're having trouble telling each other apart. Oh my god!
He really bit a huge chunk off his face. It looks insanely painful. Well, they're starting to drift towards each other again. Looks like the next blow is coming right now.
Yeah, I wonder if either of them will be the winner here. Oh my god, look at them biting each other's tails. But the whale seems to have a much stronger grip.
It's starting to drag its rival to the bottom of this ocean. Looks like we know who's the stronger man now. I think it's going to be much harder for his opponent to get out of this grip.
Apparently, our favorite is really winning, and it's really starting to drag its enemy straight to the bottom of the ocean. Strangely, they're completely indifferent to underwater pressure. In fact, it's not surprising at all because these creatures are as gigantic as possible.
But look at this! It looks like this whale isn't getting enough oxygen. And right now, he has a decision to make. Either he's going to keep trying to drag his rival to the bottom of the ocean, or he's going to start climbing up to get some air.
It looked like he had chosen the second option. It looks like his opponent got lucky, and he was even able to attack his enemy back by biting off a piece of his tail. Looks like this giant whale is now in the most dangerous position possible.
Now he needs to swim to the surface as quickly as possible, breathe in oxygen, and continue attacking his enemy. By the way, look at how creepy it looked. He started breathing, and I hope he can get enough oxygen to continue this fight.
So the whale is underwater again, and right now this battle will continue. But I think his opponent is now as angry as possible and will be cruel to him.
This giant whale started swimming towards him, but it looks like he was in an awkward position, causing his opponent to bite him right on the tail. I think we're about to decide the winner.
The loser here is definitely the one who lets go of the tail. And it looks like we're looking at the loser in this fight. This whale has decided to let go, and right now his opponent is attacking him from the side.
Now he will definitely not get out of this grip because this guy's teeth are as sharp as huge needles. After this bite, he won't be able to get away from his victim.
And it seems to me that the outcome of this battle is decided here. This whale is trying to fight as hard as he can, but he's doing absolutely nothing because he's in the worst possible position.
The fatal blow is coming right now. Oh my god! It looked as creepy as possible, but it looked like right now the fate of this whale was sealed forever.
This creepy underwater creature bit him right on the head, and because of that, this whale will definitely not survive. In fact, I feel as sorry for him as possible, because initially, I had high hopes that he would win.
But now we see that he's definitely not going to win this fight. I'm actually pretty upset about it. It seems like if he didn't need oxygen, he would have definitely beaten this guy.
They're not exactly on equal footing. God, I feel so sorry for him. Look at his kind eyes. That creepy fish won't let him out of his mouth.
Yeah, it looks like he's definitely not going to survive here because this fish is definitely not going to let him go. Okay, it looks like it's settled, and this guy's taking his last breath.
It was really a very brutal battle. And actually, I really hope we see another underwater battle soon, because this one just seems unreal to me.
Maybe now that the creature, after it's done with its victim, is swimming out of there. And right now, the military is sending in some of their weird underwater firecrackers.
I hope they're not going to get that whale. Well, this fight really was as fierce as possible and very scary, but I enjoyed this video a lot.
And I hope our viewers enjoyed it too. Guys, if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to write about it and give this video a like, and we will definitely see more animations like this.
And right now we're moving on to the next animation, which will be commented on for you by our friends Sonic and Shadow.
Hi friends, today we are going to watch a very interesting animation about me.
Brother, I think your stomach is rumbling really bad and you found a restaurant, but it's not a regular restaurant, it's an alphabet restaurant.
It looks like I'm about to choose one of these doors. Which one of these doors is worth trusting? But it looks like I've decided to go with the O door. Okay, inside this door, it looks like this girl is here.
And from the looks of it, there's some kind of weird fight going on between you two, but it looks like a dance, to be honest. It looks as dumb as possible. It looks like a TikTok trend.
Not everyone seems to like it. Look at this. It looks like a window opened and we decided to bounce the light right back at her. And it looks like it turned her into a slice of pizza.
In fact, so far I'm seeing absolutely no logic here. I think the main point here is that this character is finally fed up. It looks like he's now starting to fight another character.
I think there are too many girls here, and from the looks of it, the main character's pretty tired. Look at his shortness of breath. It looks like this character is going to be a lot harder for him to beat.
But look who he spotted. It's some kind of spider. I wonder what he's gonna do with that spider. Let's take a look at the idea that popped into his head.
Would you look at that? He actually decided to use the web from that spider, and that's how he defeated the next character. Looks like he got a pie for defeating the next character.
Now the main character is even more satiated, and look at his mouth. I think with a mouth like that, he needs something meaty, so he's going to go straight to the third room right now.
And this is where he noticed the last character. The last character is already slightly afraid of him. Looks like this guy's a real big catch. Oh no, look what's going on here.
It seems that she noticed this dancing and really didn't like it very much, but it seems that thanks to her fire breath, she was able to cook herself a piece of chicken, and the main character of this animation was left with nothing.
We move on, and here it looks like some ingenious plan is being worked out again. Wow, look at that. All three of them have decided to synthesize something. Looks like they're about to open some unknown portal.
Let's see what these rocks will do. They have some kind of reaction, and it looks like they've really opened a portal to otherworldly dimensions. Wait, that was a superhero dimension, and now they've all become superheroes.
Knuckles got a superpower, and now he can, like Iron Man, shoot various beams, but it looks like that beam ricocheted right up his ass. Now let's take a look at the superpowers of all the other characters.
Apparently, they haven't quite learned how to use them yet, causing her to fly straight into space. And now it's the turn of the legendary Sonic, who seems to have gotten the power of Thor. And now he even has this cool hammer called Mjolnir.
Let's see what they do with their newfound powers. They heard someone screaming for help. Right away, they decided to go to where the sounds came from. Wait, seriously, Shadow? Is that you? Looks like you're the supervillain here.
Okay, let's see how all these superheroes do against one villain, Shadow. To be honest, I'm as sad as possible about being the supervillain here, because I feel like I deserve to be a superhero.
Bro, I don't think you should be paying attention. Let's just watch this epic fight. And it looks like their fight is a very serious one indeed, as the evil Shadow is much more aggressive here.
He starts throwing all the superheroes in different directions. Looks like they don't stand a chance. But I think they should definitely come up with some genius plan. They've all recovered from the damage they took.
And now they've gotten even more evil. Let's see what kind of plan they come up with. They start shooting different beams at him and try to attack him from all sides. I hope they really succeed.
Look at that, they finally beat him. And now we're going to watch the next episode. It looks like she decided to feed the hamster here, but this guy's very quick and decided to run away from her.
Looks like he jumped right into the bushes, and now she'll never catch him. Oh God, no, did you see that? It looks like someone ate that hamster and spit its bones right back at her. A huge wild dog, or rather, a creature more like a wolf.
Okay, she started yelling, causing Sonic to run up to her and start fighting him. It looked like he decided to get back at him, but this dog scratched him. Looks like the fight was really, really fierce. I hope this dog didn't get him sick with anything because of the way it cut him.
It looks like the baby has been rescued, and now they're heading home together. Sonic has put her to bed, and it looks like he's taken a little nap himself, too. Come on, what happens next?
It looks like there's a wind outside the window, so he opened the window. Because of that, the light of the moon hit right on their eyes, and look at that. Sonic the Wolf, it looks like that time he got scratched by the dog, he turned into a werewolf.
Oh my goodness! It looks like he really scared his kid, but he doesn't realize what's really going on. But after he saw his reflection in the mirror, he realized that he was now a werewolf.
He feels very sad about it. He really doesn't want to scare his child, so he decided to run away, and now his child is looking for his father. She tries to put up an ad everywhere, but then she meets Shadow.
Werewolf Sonic has been watching them the whole time, and it looks like Shadow recognized his old friend. Here, it looks like he decided to trick this kid into saying he knew where her father really was.
He took her in some other direction. Looks like he wants to sell this kid, but Sonic the werewolf is behind the bushes and decided to punish this guy for deciding to do such a bad thing. Sonic, and he still doesn't get recognized.
Her dad looks like a werewolf, so he decided to show her that the guy is actually a dangerous criminal. He decided to taser him. Now he's trying to kidnap this kid, but hopefully Sonic the werewolf will succeed.
God, this looks as brutal as possible. I hope Sonic the werewolf can handle it. Look at that, he decided to summon a whole pack of werewolves just like him. Looks like this